You know that feeling, right? That little voice in the back of your head, that sense that you're in a job or maybe a relationship that just isn't right for you? It's a really common feeling. Well, what if there were clear, simple signs to look for? Today, we're going to dig into some really powerful material that boils it all down to just two major indicators that it's time for a change. So let's just ask the big question right up front, the one I think we all face at some point. Are you stuck in the wrong place? It can be a really hard thing to even admit to yourself, you know? But just asking that question, that's a huge, important first step. And the good news is you don't have to stay stuck in that confusion. What's so great about the source I looked at is how it just cuts right through the noise. It tells us there are really just two powerful signs to look for. So let's jump right into the first one. Okay, so the first sign, and this one is really primal, is a deep feeling of unsafety. And listen, this goes way beyond just obvious physical danger. We're talking about an intuitive, gut level feeling that something is fundamentally off. And this right here is the key. This warning signal doesn't come from some logical list of pros and cons you made. The source makes it super clear. It's when your nervous system is sending you signals. That is literally your body trying to scream something at you. So, what does that even feel like? Well, the source calls them alarm bells. It's that constant nagging feeling that something just isn't right here. It's not loud, but it's persistent. The most important thing you can do is learn to listen to your body. It almost always knows what's up before your brain does. And this is where the advice gets incredibly direct. There's no gray area here. If your internal alarm system is going off, if you feel fundamentally unsafe on a deep level, the message couldn't be clearer. Just get out. Don't negotiate with it. Don't rationalize it. Go. All right, let's move on to the second sign. This one shifts from that physical gut level feeling to something more ethical. This one is all about when a situation forces you to violate your own core values. So, just to make sure we're on the same page, what do we even mean by values? Well, think of them as your personal, non-negotiable principles. They're your internal compass for what you believe is right and what is wrong. Now, this is where that conflict gets deeply personal. I was really struck by how the source puts this. It says, what you're being asked to do is against your very being. Just pause and think about that for a second. This isn't just a small disagreement. This is a challenge to the core of who you are as a person. And here are some really clear examples of what that can look like. So let's say one of your core values is honesty, right? But your job is asking you to mislead customers. Or maybe you deeply value respect, but you're surrounded by disrespectful, toxic behavior all day. That constant grinding friction, that's the second major sign. So there you have it, a feeling of unsafety and a violation of your core values. Once you learn to recognize these two things happening inside you, something amazing happens. The power totally shifts back to you. The situation doesn't control you anymore because ultimately the decision is yours. Look, if there is one single thing to take away from all of this, it's this right here. Stop looking outside for a sign telling you what to do. You are your own biggest signal. Your intuition, your conscience, those are the most reliable guides you will ever have. And that really leaves us with one final and maybe the most important question. The signals are there. They're always there. Your body and your values are constantly talking to you. The real question is, are you ready to listen?